this is how to prep a 2-inch return or any return going into an EZ2000, which has the core material inside the laminate. So that's the standard 2-inch pressure fitting. Whip the screws out. So now we've got this bit here, put it in the bin. So the back of it now has got these knobbles on, which, bear with me, you get a grinder, and what we're going to do now is now I've ground all those off, so there's no, it's smooth on the back. Well, not smooth, but I've put the grinder over it. But there's also a ridge here. Now your hole size only needs to be as big as that there. But this ridge here, if this is going to go onto the tank, it's going to stand off. So I grind this off as well, which I'll do now. So I'm just going to pause you. Okay, so now I've done that. I've ground all this off here, so now it is flat like that. So when that goes into the tank, it sits flat against the inside of the tank, and then we seal around the edge. But these holes here would have been for the screw to go into off the flange, so these need to be hole clearance made in them. So we just chuck a 4.5 bit, and then I like to use countersink screws, so it's completely flush. If you use pan head screws, I think it's an area there where fish can damage themselves on. So I'm now going to just drop the countersink on these. So I'll pause you again. Okay, so I've now put a countersink in all these, as you can see there, look. So all these, the screws, when they go in, I'll grab a screw. So when the screw goes in now, it sits flush. Okay. So this video is for one specific person, but I'm trying to do it so that it's available. I can pop it onto YouTube. So anybody who is fitting their own returns into an EZ2000, you need to know what to do in order for it to work properly. If you fit it the conventional way, like this, and these are 25mm apart, you've got to then seal all the in-between with sealant, which is never 100% accurate. And what happens is the water ingresses into the honeycomb sheet that we insert, and then it travels down and it finds its own way out, and it looks like the pond's leaking when it's actually not. This hasn't been sealed properly. So this is why we do away with this, and then we use this part here to travel through the pond. So this is the pond wall. It goes through like that. This is on the outside. You still can connect your pipe up, but all this here is all sealed in with an MS polymer sealant, Easy Seal, and then you screw it all in, clean it all up, and you've got a perfect seal. But on the next bit, I'm going to pause this now, and I'm going to drill into a tank and show you exactly how it. So now we have our fittings. They're all prepped up. So I've got a 1.5 and a 2-inch to show you. And this is an EZ2000. I've already pre-drilled the holes. So these holes are clearance holes for the back of the fitting. See, that goes through there like that. And the 2-inch will slot in like that. But these both go in from the inside. Okay, so now I'm in on the inside of the pond. I've already prepped all these up, so the holes cut, the small holes are in there for the screws, the pilot holes. So this has been keyed up here. It's been acetoned, so it's degreased. So this is now ready to take the fitting. So we now put Easy Seal on the inside of this flange, quite a liberal amount, which I'll show you in a minute. And then that gets pushed in, squashed into there, and then all the screws get put in I will show you this in a minute. And then the same with the 1.5 inch, so the holes are already in for it. That goes in there. Now let me just nip around the back and show you what we end up with. So now you don't see the actual flange on the back of the tank, this is just this protruding through, but what it does do is seal the core of the tank. So there, if you don't get any water ingress down here, then it's not a problem. Because what can happen is, if it's not sealed properly, the conventional way, and you try sealing all that there with sealant, if you miss a little bit, water is going to ingress into that honeycomb there and travel all the way down, either come out one of these ribs or come out at the bottom of the tank here, and you end up with a little drip. Well, that is water ingressing into there. This way it eliminates that problem. Okay, onto the sealing. So we've got our two fittings which I'm going to put in now. So we've got the Easy Seal, and on the back of here we're going to put a nice thick bead. And also go along the shank a little bit, so that when that goes in, it seals the hole into the pond, and then the screws go in, pull it all up, and then we can also do the back. I'll show you the back of it afterwards, once I've got these in. And then the 2 inch, because it's a larger one, we want a bigger bead. Let me just turn this up a little bit. And again, same thing, just go around the shank there, where it's going to go through the pond. Okay. It might look a lot, but you'll see when we put it in. It's not. Okay, so here's the 2 inch fitting. So just line the holes up roughly. We're going to put it in, just a little bit of a press, just to bed it in. Same with the 1.5. Bit of a bed. You can see it already oozing out the sides now. And then you can see the Easy Seal starting to ooze through the holes that we've put in on every one of them, look. That seals, when the screw goes in, that's going to seal the screw in as well. So what I like to do is just go around, put all the screws in place, because if you tighten one screw down, you end up with a great big ooze coming out of the hole, and you're getting a right mess. Like that. But that's good because it's plenty around the thread of the screw, and then you've got guaranteed no leakage through the screw hole itself. And now just systematically go around gently, don't over tighten them. You're trying to leave an Easy Seal gasket in effect. And that's plenty. Onto this one. Quite a bit come out of that one. I'll put a little bit too much on, but I'd rather too much than not enough, because I can get that, I can take that off. A little bit of waste is not too much of a problem, but at least I know it's fully sealed. Okay, I'm back now with just a bit of cardboard and a silicone scraper. So all we're going to do here is put put the silicone scraper in because it's got a nice radius on it. Take it off and do that. And then work backwards. Don't try going all the way around because it will all droop off and make a right mess. Okay, so just a little bit at a time. Once you've got most of the excess off, like that. Okay. That's a nice smooth bead all the way around there. I'm just going to go and get rid of this and I'll be back with some acetone, so I'll pause this for now. Okay, so I've got a nice little acetone rag here. It's not too much on there, it's not wringing wet, it's just enough to take the excess off. And then we're just going to go around and just clean off any excess on the tank itself. Just bear in mind that these fittings, they are solvent weld, so solvent will dissolve them, but as long as you don't put lots of acetone on, you can just quickly clean everything off and make everything neat. Okay. Once that's dry, these smear marks will all just buff off with a clean rag. And then once we've done this, we're going to go around the back and I'll show you what we do to the back just to seal that. And we do that with the leftovers that we had off here. When we took this excess off here, and we've got it on a piece of cardboard, we use that rather than dispensing more new stuff. Clean bit. And as you can see, that all the screws now are flush, so there's no damage going to occur to any coil. There we go. So I'll pop around the back now, so I'm going to pause this. Okay, so this is the back of the pond now, so the outside of the pond. I've got this fit in here, this is the 2-inch, so all I'm going to do here is take a bit of masking tape, do it about 10-15 mil away from the tank, around the fitting, like that. Just leave a tail off there so you can get it afterwards. There we go. Back in a moment. Okay, so the excess that we had off the inside, we're just going to use that now. Take a good blob, and then we're going to just skim that around, like so. This stops any water ingress from the outside. That's it, so just smear that round. Depends how pretty you want it to be. I mean, you can really make it nice. And then once you've got it smeared on like that, and it's all sealed up, literally just take that tape off and it leaves it nice and neat. And that's it. So now we know the outside is sealed, the inside is sealed. You can't get any water ingress into the core material of the tank. Job done.